We are starting with the next problem in the topic of insurance. Okay. Now this particular problem is in your government textbook, exercise 2.1, exercise 2.1, question number 7, page number 20. Okay. So let's address this particular problem. 60,000 articles costing 2,200 per dozen were insured against fire for 2,40,000. Okay, so the insured value is given 2,40,000, but then we don't know what is the property value. So 2,40,000 is the policy value of what property value that we don't know. We'll have to calculate that. Okay, so understand the procedure of calculating the property value over here. Okay, now there are 60,000 articles. Now first, this 60,000 articles are converted into dozens. So that's why I'm dividing it by 12 because the costing is given in dozens, right? So what is the purpose of dividing the 60,000 by 12 is that the costing is given in dozens. So I'm dividing this by 12 into 200. Okay. So if we calculate this further, okay, we'll get a value of rupees 10 lakh. Policy value is mentioned. Policy value is rupees 2,40,000. Okay. Now see further we read 20% of the articles were burnt and so they have mentioned and over there. So there are two losses over here. So loss one, 20% of the articles. Okay. So this is the loss that we are calculating, but then this is the physical quantity. We have to calculate its value as well. So 20% of the articles. So 20% of 60,000 upon 12 into 200. So this is the value of the burnt 20% articles. Okay. So if we calculate this, this will further give us 12% of 10 lakh, 20% of 10 lakh. See, this is because I have already calculated the value over here. 60,000 upon 12 into 200. This value is already 10 lakh. Okay. So you can use that shortcut. So 20% of 10 lakh, that will be 2 lakh. So this is loss one, which is upfront loss. Okay. And they have mentioned and that means there is one more loss over here. 7,200 of the remaining articles. Okay, 7,200 of the remaining articles were damaged to 80% of its value. So loss 2 is nothing but 80%, okay, of 7,200 articles. When I say 80% of 7,200 articles, we'll have to calculate the value, the monetary value. So 80 upon 100, 7,200 upon 12 into 200. Okay. What is the value of 7,200 articles? It is 7,200 upon 12 into 200. इसका 100% लॉस नहीं हो रहा है, इसका सिर्फ 80% लॉस हो रहा है, right? So we'll just cancel this out. Okay, and 2 ones are 2 6 are 6. Okay, so this will give you 96 and 3 zeros. So this is loss 2, right? Now we'll calculate damage. Damage is equal to loss 1 plus loss 2. 2 lakh plus 96,000. That is 2,96,000. And in the final step, we are supposed to calculate the claim. Okay, if we have read the problem, damage is claim is equal to damage into policy value upon property value. All these values we have right now with us. Okay, you can calculate this answer on your own. Fine. So this is one problem that you need to prepare for your boards. Okay. Now there is one similar problem of this category in your miscellaneous exercise. I'll tell you which is that particular problem. You can practice that as well. So you can go to page number 30 of your government textbook. So similar problem if you want to practice, it is on page number 30, miscellaneous exercise 4, miscellaneous exercise, question number 4, sub question 6. Exactly similar problem, you can just practice it so that this category of problems will get covered up. Okay, let's go back to the main exercise, that is exercise 2.1. Okay, and in this let us solve question number 8. Exercise 2.1, which is on page number 20, question number 8. The rate of premium is 2% and the other expenses are 0.75%. A cargo worth rupees 3,50,100 is to be insured so that its value and the cost of insurance will be covered in the event of total loss. Okay, the question is incomplete. They should say what should be the insured value or what should be the policy value of the property value, which is 3,50,100. So see, actual property value is 3,50,100. So iska policy value we need to find out. Okay, now this is a very different problem, I should say. So the solution is also quite different. Okay, right? So let me assume few things. Let policy value be rupees 100. So this is the assumed part. Now, what is the insurance policy covering up in the event of total loss? Insurance policy will cover up property value plus cost of insurance. So if there is total loss, the policy will return back the entire property value plus cost of insurance. Cost of insurance में क्या आता है? What is the cost of insurance for the customer? Okay, so the cost of insurance is nothing but premium, some taxes or whatever it is, right? Some other expenses. So this is 100 plus property value plus cost of insurance, that is premium plus other expenses. So 100 is equal to property value plus premium. Premium is nothing but 2% of policy value and this is 0.75% of policy value. Both the percentages are given in the problem. So property value is equal to policy value, that is 100 is equal to property value plus 2.75% of policy value. So 100 is equal to policy property value plus 2.75 upon 100 into 100. The 100 gets cancelled. So the property value will be 100 minus 2.75. Property value is equal to 100 minus 2.75, which is equal to rupees 97.25. Now see, try and understand. This is my property value. Okay, if it is completely getting destroyed, I'll get this totally. ये पूरा का पूरा मुझे मिल जाएगा. Plus, I'll get my premium also and other expenses also back. ये सब मिला के मुझे 100 rupees मिलेगा, right? In the previous problems ऐसा नहीं हो रहा था. Policy value was always lesser than the property value. Now this depends on policy to policy, how they frame up different policies. So don't get into those things much. But then for this problem, policy value is greater than the property value. Now we'll go to the actual scenario. So we'll write actual assumed policy value, property value. So when the assumed policy value was 100, the assumed property value was 97.25. Okay. Now the actual property value is 3,50,100. 3,50,100. Okay. So let the actual policy value be rupees X. So you can cross multiply. into x is equal to 100 into 3,50,100. So this is 9725 upon 100 into x is equal to 3,50,000 and put two more zeros, right? Now send this 100 over there on the right hand side. 9725 x is equal to into 100. So x is equal to 3501 upon 9725. Okay. So see, both the numbers up and down are divisible by 5. So what I will do is I'll reduce it by 5. So when I say 9725, so it will be 1945 and this will be 351 7002. Okay. So now if you have to divide this, you can divide this further. Okay. Or else you can also reduce it further. Okay. So 5 twos are and then 51945 divided by 5 will give you 389. Okay. Let us check whether 7002 is divisible by 389. Yes, it's 18. So this value is 18. Then we are putting three more zeros into 20. So x is equal to 36 and four zeros. So actual property value is 3,60,000. Actual policy value. I'm sorry. Actual policy value. Right? That's what we are calculating. X is the policy value, actual policy value. Okay. Now, similar type of problem is there in your miscellaneous exercise. I'll tell you which problem. You can practice the same problem. Okay. So it's on page number 30 of miscellaneous exercise. Same problem. You have to practice it on your own. And the problem is page 30. Okay. Question number 4, sub question 7. So if you're revising this particular problem, after this problem you can practice question number 4 sub question 7 from the miscellaneous exercise. Okay. So in this particular problem, as you can see in the miscellaneous exercise, other expenses is not given, so only premium is given. Fine. So this is also the same category problem. Okay. So back to back you can solve these two problems. Then we'll go to page number 31. We'll go to page number 31. Okay, there is one problem which is a bit complicated. So let's solve that particular problem. Fine. Page 31, it's question number 9. It's in the miscellaneous exercise. Page 31, question number 9. 4,000 bed sheets worth rupees 6,40,000 were insured for 3/7 of their value. Okay. So now our property is nothing but the bed sheets which are 4,000 or uska value is 6,40,000. Okay, so this is the property value. Policy value is 3 by 7 of 6,40,000. Now 64 is not divisible by 7, so I'll not, you know, divide it. I'll keep this as it is. Right? Some of the bed sheets were damaged in rainy season. So let the number of damaged bed sheets px. Okay, so value of x bed sheets. Okay, that we need to find out. Okay, see now 6,40,000 is the value. Okay, is the value of 4,000 bed sheets. So what is the value of one bed sheet? Okay, so let me just write this once again. Sorry. Okay, so the value of 4,000 bed sheets is 6,40,000. So what is the value of one bed sheet? The value of one bed sheet will be 6,40,000 upon 4,000. So that is equal to 160 rupees, right? Value of one bed sheet is equal to 160 rupees. Okay, right? So the value of X bed sheets will be rupees 160x, right? So some of the bed sheets were damaged. उसका value हम लोग ने निकाला है, that is 160x. Okay, they were reduced to 40% of their of its value. तो ये पूरा का पूरा लॉस नहीं हो गया, इसमें लॉस सिर्फ 60% का हो गया. See the wordings used are reduced to. So whenever reduced to is used, subtract it from 100. So the actual loss is only 60% of the value of X bed sheets. So damage is equal to loss of 60% of X bed sheets. So 60% of 160x, 60 upon 100, 160x. So this will give me 96x. So this is the damage. Okay. Now we are going to claim. Amount recovered against damage is nothing but claim. So we'll write the claim ka formula. Claim is equal to damage into policy value upon property value. So claim is 3,200. Okay, damage is nothing but we calculated damage, that is 96x. Okay, and policy value and property value. So policy value and property value we already have written right at the beginning of the problem. Okay, 3 by 7 of 6,40,000 upon 6,40,000. Okay, so 32,000 is equal to 92x 3 by 7. Cross multiply 32,000 into 7, 92 into 3. So that's the value of x. Okay, now we need to solve this. Fine. So this is 46 and this is 16. Okay, then this is 23 and this is 8. Fine. So I think further we cannot reduce this. So x is equal to 56,000 upon 69. 23 into 3. So you'll have to divide this now. 56,000 divided by 69. Okay. So let me just check whether I have done some error or not. So 6,40,000 divided by 4,000. 160. So this is correct. This is also correct. 160x. So the damage is 60% of 160x. 16 6 are 96x. That is also right. And damage. Oh, sorry. I have just written. I'm sorry. 96 के जगह पे I have written 92. So that's why maybe the answer was not matching. Okay. So I'll just make these changes. I'll solve this freshly for you all. Okay, so 32,000 into 7 upon 96 into 3 is equal to x. We'll go on the go ahead with the reductions part. So this is 48 and this is 16. 16 ones are 16 threes are. Okay, and any which ways 32 into 3 is 96. That's how you can calculate as well. 7,000 upon 9. So that is equal to 777.77. This is the value of x. Now the number of bed sheets, x is the number of bed sheets, right? It cannot be in decimal. So we'll round it up. So it will be 778. So these are the number of damaged bed sheets. Okay. Thank you.